It's been over 2 weeks since Blue Origin's NS-31 mission, but the controversy, far from over. The buzz isn't just about the flight itself, it's about what happened after the capsule landed. Millions watched the mission live across the globe. But what raised eyebrows was the moment the capsule door opened. Strangely, it happened before Jeff Bezos' ground crew officially arrived to open it. Now, technically speaking, New Shepard's capsule can be opened from the inside, but only in emergencies. In this case, there was no sign of danger. Which means whoever opened that hatch jumped the gun and violated a pretty serious safety protocol. Think of it like someone popping open an airplane exit while still on the tarmac. Not okay. So, who's at the center of all this drama? Yes, you guessed it. Katy Perry. The pop icon, who made headlines for self-proclaimed astronaut, is now making headlines for the wrong reasons. But here's the plot twist. She's not facing consequences for the door incident directly. Nope. The real problem? She may have accidentally spilled the truth about what really went down during the flight, something Blue Origin definitely didn't want going public. So, what did she reveal? What's the fallout from this breach of protocol? And why did she do that? Stay tuned, because this story just keeps getting stranger. By opening the hatch from the inside, Katy Perry didn't just break protocol. She allegedly exposed something much bigger. According to growing online speculation, her unscripted move accidentally revealed that the NS-31 flight may have never actually left Earth. Rumors have exploded that the entire mission was staged, filmed on a soundstage with pre-recorded visuals piped into the live broadcast. And once that idea hit the internet, it was a full-blown domino effect. People started picking apart the footage frame by frame. No re-entry burn marks on the capsule. No visible landing gear imprints in the desert dust. And the background audio? Some say it sounded more like a film set than a landing. While there are technical explanations for all of this, once doubt creeps in, it spreads fast. The mission, advertised as a triumph of commercial space travel, quickly became a media circus, damaging Blue Origin's credibility, spooking investors, and turning public excitement into full-on skepticism. And Jeff Bezos? He's furious. In a bold and aggressive move, Bezos is now suing Katy Perry for $50 million, accusing her of derailing what was meant to be a historic moment. According to his legal team, Perry violated strict instructions and internal protocol. She opened the hatch early, before Bezos could make his choreographed grand entrance. The result? What was supposed to be a powerful PR moment turned into what Bezos' team is calling a disastrous mistake and an embarrassing media meltdown. So now the question is, was Katy being careless? According to some insiders close to Katy Perry, she was never explicitly told that opening the hatch was off limits. In fact, she believed it was just part of the standard landing procedure. Something she had practiced, or at least wasn't warned against. Sounds simple, right? But here's the catch. All Blue Origin passengers are known to go through extensive pre-flight training. And it's hard to believe that something as critical as "do not open the hatch without permission" was skipped. So, either there was a major training oversight or there's more going on than we're being told. Naturally, conspiracy theories have started to swirl. Some suggest this wasn't a mistake at all, but another calculated PR move by Jeff Bezos himself. Because Bezos has a long history of headline-grabbing stunts. And let's be honest, suing a global pop icon for $50 million? It's the kind of spectacle that puts your name right back in the spotlight. Convenient, especially when your company's public image is on fire. It's no coincidence that Elon Musk once quipped the phrase, "Sue Origin," a not-so-subtle jab at Jeff Bezos' space company. Why? Instead of focusing on actual innovation and the spirit of exploration, Blue Origin has built a reputation for legal battles and PR theatrics. Let's rewind to April 2021. NASA awarded SpaceX a $2.9 billion contract to build the human landing system for the Artemis moon program. A huge win. But Blue Origin? They weren't having it. They filed a lawsuit, challenging NASA's decision and claiming the evaluation process was flawed. That lawsuit delayed the Artemis program by several months, a move that not only slowed down NASA's timeline, but also painted Blue Origin as the sore loser of spaceflight. The case was eventually thrown out in November 2021. No appeal, no win, just time lost. But they didn't stop there. In June 2024, Blue Origin filed a public complaint with the FAA, urging the agency to limit SpaceX's Starship launches from Kennedy Space Center. Their argument? Environmental and safety concerns. But to many, including Elon Musk, it just looked like another legal stunt aimed at slowing down SpaceX's incredible momentum. Musk responded the only way he knows how, with public mockery. Once again, Blue Origin started trending. And here's the irony. While SpaceX keeps launching rockets, landing boosters, and sending humans into orbit, Blue Origin seems to spend more time filing lawsuits than flying missions. This brings us back to the NS-31 mission and the media circus surrounding Katy Perry. Is this just another chapter in Blue Origin's long playbook of distractions? A way to stay in the headlines without actually reaching orbit? At this point, it's hard to tell where the ambition ends and the theater begins. Could it be that the lawsuit, the controversy, even the mission itself, were all part of a grander media play? Or is this truly a catastrophic slip-up that cost Blue Origin its credibility? Either way, the truth is still floating somewhere out there. And for now, Katy Perry might be the only person who really knows what happened inside that capsule. What do you think? Was this a genuine spaceflight gone wrong? Or the biggest PR stunt in commercial space history? Let me know your take in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next breakdown in this space race saga. In the aftermath of the NS-31 mission, Katy Perry finally broke her silence. She described herself as feeling battered and bruised, not from the flight itself, but from the intense wave of public criticism that followed. The I Kissed a Girl singer was joined on the flight by Jeff Bezos' fiancée, Lauren Sanchez, and CBS anchor Gayle King. While the ride may have only lasted a few minutes in suborbital space, the price tag for civilian passengers reportedly soared as high as $28 million per seat, a number that didn't sit well with the public, especially amid a global economic crunch. To make matters worse, the mission came just after Perry's latest album, Woman's World, received lukewarm reviews. The lead single was slammed for its allegedly regressive take on feminism, leaving critics to accuse her of trying to rebrand through spectacle. Online backlash was swift and ruthless, but Perry responded with rare vulnerability. She thanked her fans, admitted the experience left her emotionally shaken, and called the mission part of her larger human journey. In her words, "Sometimes I fall, but I get back up and keep playing the game." She acknowledged the online negativity, saying she understood that people often use the internet to release their frustrations, and she tries to meet that hate with grace. Interestingly, Perry also expressed regret, not for going to space, but for making such a public spectacle out of it. Yes, she called the experience life-changing. But now she questions moments like holding a daisy, a tribute to her daughter, up to the camera, singing in microgravity, and kissing the ground after landing. What was meant to be personal and profound quickly became meme fodder and internet outrage. In the end, Katy Perry's spaceflight was more than just a ride. It was a collision of fame, wealth, criticism, and vulnerability. A journey that left her floating in zero gravity, but crashing back to a very judgmental Earth. The controversy surrounding Katy Perry and Blue Origin's NS-31 mission sheds light on much more than just a single spaceflight. It opens a window into the evolving world of commercial space tourism, revealing both its promises and its pitfalls. The NS-31 mission was billed as a groundbreaking all-female flight, a supposed milestone in private space travel. But its brief duration, just 11 minutes, and the heavy inclusion of celebrities made it feel less like a pioneering mission and more like a carefully choreographed media event. Perry's gravity-defying antics created viral moments. But instead of inspiring awe, they sparked ridicule, reducing a spaceflight into what many saw as an Instagrammable stunt. It raised a pressing question. Is commercial spaceflight pushing exploration forward, or just staging spectacles for attention? The price tag, reportedly up to $28 million per seat, didn't help. At a time when many are struggling with inflation and inequality, critics saw the mission as a tone-deaf display of excess. The backlash wasn't just about Perry. It was about the ethics of billionaire-led space ventures, the environmental cost of frequent launches, and the growing divide between those who view space as a human frontier and those who see it as a billionaire's playground. Framed as a triumph for women in space, the mission aimed for inspiration. But for some, it fell flat. Critics argued that symbolic participation doesn't replace structural progress. No women engineers, no female astronauts piloting the mission, just passengers in seats. The feminist messaging, they said, felt more like branding than genuine advancement. It's a cautionary tale. Representation without substance can ring hollow, especially when paired with luxury pricing and media theatrics. Katy Perry's involvement ensured headlines, but also brought intense scrutiny. In many ways, her flight echoed the reality TV-ification of space, where fame takes center stage and substance risks getting lost. While celebrities can help make space cool again, their presence also polarizes public perception. Space becomes less about science and innovation, and more about branding and personal image. What's most revealing is Perry's own reaction. In the aftermath, she admitted feeling battered and bruised by the public's response. She expressed regret, not about going to space, but about turning it into a public spectacle. Her experience highlights a new challenge in this age of space tourism. Even a short trip can be deeply transformative, but also emotionally fraught, especially when lived out under the spotlight of global judgment. In conclusion, the NS-31 mission was more than a ride into space. It was a mirror reflecting the cultural, ethical, and emotional tensions that come with taking humanity's oldest dream and turning it into a branded billion-dollar business. In this new space race, the question isn't just who will reach orbit, it's why they go and what we all take away from the journey.